you ever wondered what a movie about your life would look like? Well, I have. But I've accepted the fact that I'll never know. I don't think I'll ever get an email saying, "Dear Olivia, your life is so cool, funny, and interesting. I want to make an indie coming-of-age film about your life." So today, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to, quite literally, become the main character. And the classic way to start is to start with a morning montage. This is the part where I'm going to break the fourth wall a bit. So I've decided that this is very hard to do without people helping you. Something that seems like all movies have in common is they have moving cameras. So I wouldn't be sitting here like this. You know, the camera would be coming up behind me and then doing a loop around me like this. So that's been difficult, trying to get different clips and trying to make the scenes more visually interesting with having my phone on a tripod. I also realized that I have like no good lighting anywhere, and ideally do you like my mustache? I would have planned this out, you know, and wrote a script, but I just woke up today and I was like, I have this idea, let's film it. So it's been difficult to try to plan out the scenes and decide what I want to shoot and what I'm going to be doing in the scenes and how to set up the frames right. But I thought this video would just be fun to film because I like the trend of the main character trend, I guess. I like the idea of taking your boring life and viewing it through a different lens to make it more appealing. And I just thought, what would my life actually be like if I was in an indie coming-of-age film? Oh, another problem I'm running into. Obviously, you hear me as the narrator in this, and you hear me breaking the fourth wall and talking to you guys, but there's not much of dialogue. So having more of like a silent film type is also hard. I didn't realize that that would be an issue. I'm also realizing this is probably going to be a glorified vlog, which is not what I want. But I have to be asking myself, if my life was a movie, what would I do? I don't know. Now, this is the part when I unknowingly discovered my conflict of my film. The main issue wasn't the lack of a camera crew or a lack of other actors. It was more simple than that. My life is boring. Honestly, my day-to-day life isn't anything big screen worthy. So I spent the rest of the day brainstorming how I could make my life more interesting. After a long time of thinking, I came up with a few ideas. If my life was a movie, I would have an awesome soundtrack. Because, let's be honest, music is what makes or breaks the mood. Now, putting together a good playlist wouldn't be all my character would do in a film. If my life was a movie, I would spend time in nature. Because that's something a romanticized version of myself would make time for. Find a way somehow. I know the first instance it might seem hard, my friend. That's why we're always home. That's why. So cold outside. I think it's 32 degrees and it's like slightly snowing. I haven't been out here in forever. It's so pretty though, like away from everyone. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's birds. It's really peaceful, but it's pretty cold too. So this is where I usually come to watch the sunsets. It's really quiet and peaceful out here and there's never anyone here. If you watched one of my videos where it was about making a boring day fun, you know that I put a clip of me watching the sunset here. It's just super peaceful, but it's way too cold for me to be out here for too long, so I'm going back home. If my life was a movie, I would dance. Because that's what I do when I need an instant mood boost. life was a movie, I would write poetry. Because my movie self would actually make an Instagram account dedicated to poems and other words she writes. What rhymes with play? Gray, delay. Okay, it's going somewhere. This is what I have so far. Shakespeare said all the world's a play. Is that why my life feels like it's in disarray? Everyone wants their chance at the spotlight. I just want to be home by midnight. People act to get to the top. When I feel myself act, I just want to stop. I feel like I need one more rhyme in there to end it. Because just ending with, when I feel myself act, I just want to stop, that's really depressing. I wasn't made for the dramatics. I wasn't made for that life. I wasn't made for this life with the dramatics and strife. Okay. I think it's kind of done, not edited, so this is all very rough, and there's no real meaning to this. I'll make up a meaning though. But here's what I got. Shakespeare said all the world's a play. Is that why my life is in disarray? Everyone wants their chance at the spotlight. I just want to be home by midnight. People act to get to the top. When I feel myself act, I just want to stop. I wasn't made for this life with the dramatics and strife. I don't fit their ideals. I just want to be real. If my life was a movie, I would take pictures, a lot of them, because movie me wouldn't be self-conscious about taking pictures of herself.
Alright, so here it goes. Basically, I like you, maybe you like me too. Maybe it's a little soon, but baby, I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. But I don't care if let me see your face. Ooh, and I can't help but hope you feel the same. And if not, is that something that we can change? 'Cause my heart just won't let me forget your name.
And finally, if my life was a movie, the conflict would be resolved at the end. Because that's how any good story works. So, was the conflict resolved? Yes and no. Let me explain. So what you saw, the whole rest of the video, it wasn't what I would consider big screen worthy. I wouldn't go to a movie theater and watch that. And I don't think he would either. And if you remember, the conflict was that my life is boring. So I would say no, the conflict wasn't resolved. But in my personal life, yeah, the conflict was resolved. I was not bored during any part of this. The scripting it, the filming it, the editing, none of that was boring for me. I had fun with all the activities I did. And I was able to be creative, and that's what I love. And to me, I watched this video back and I think it's so cool, probably because it's my life and I have the feelings associated with the video. But in my own life, I would say yes, the conflict was resolved. I made my life fun for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!